Hi, boys and girls. Today for Thursday's work, we're going to start here at the first one. What is the product of 790 times 1,000? So I love questions like these because it's all about the powers of 10. So what I like to do is 790 times 1. 790 times 10, 790 times 100, 790 times 1,000. So we know 790 times 1 is the same. 790 times 10 would be just one more zero at the end. Times 100 would be two more zeros at the end. And then times 1,000 would be 3. So 790,000 is our correct answer, and that is D. Let's go ahead and do the second. What is 72,402 divided by 6? So as I go through and write this, what I'd like you to do is pause your video, list your first 10 multiples for the number 6, and then list your steps and check back with me. All right, here we go. So we are going 6 into 7, and I know it can go in one time, and then I'm going to multiply, then I subtract, and now I can bring down. 6 can go into 12, 1, 2, 2 times. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract, I'm left with 0. So 6 can't go into 0, so I bring down my 4. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Because 6 can't go into 0 and 6 can't go into 4, I need to hold this place value. So up here, I'm going to put that 0 saying 6 couldn't go into 4. Then I can bring down that other 0. Now I'm trying to see, can 6 go into 40? And yes, it can, and that is 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 times 6 is 36. Now I can subtract, and I'm left with 4. So 6 can't go into 4, so I bring down my 2. Trying to get as close as I can. Ooh, look, if I multiply by 7, 7 times 6 is 42. And I subtract, and I'm left with 0. I have nothing left to bring down, giving me a quotient of 12,067. You could definitely double check your work by doing that inverse operation if you want to pause your video and solve, and then check back with me. Here we go. I looked and it equals the same, so I know my answer is correct at 12,067. So I'm going to go over here, and it is B. Now we're going to do, what is the product of 278 times 24? All right, guys, I started writing it, and then I felt like I didn't have enough room, so I'm doing it over here. I start 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 3 is 31. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Kill the captain, drop the bomb, sweep the deck. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 and 0 is 0. I can go ahead and add my partial products. 2, 7, 6, 6. 6,672 is my product. Okay, our next question is list all the composite numbers between 20 to 30. So what I like to do is I like to simply write out the numbers. And now I'm just going to list like the fact family. So 20, I can multiply by 1 and 20. I could do 2 and 10. I could do 4 and 5. So I definitely know that that number is composite because I can multiply by more than just 1 and me. So definitely composite. Now I'm going to do 21. 1 and 21. 3 and 7. Okay, definitely know that's composite. and we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna pause mine and go through and work. Use your skip counting skills. If you know division, your multiples, any of those skills could help you here. And then check back with me. All right, guys, so what I did was I listed them all out. Sorry, I wasn't nice and neat. I was kind of going fast. And listed all the ones that are your correct answer. So if you want to pause it and double check. I really hope that as you're going through these videos, boys and girls, that you are trying the problem on your own. Don't feel like you have to sit there and watch every word I say. Use mine as a way to check your work or if you get stuck. But these should all be reviews, so I want to see you trying them first, trying to be independent and working hard to problem solve. And then if you do get stuck, obviously use the video as a tool. But don't just sit there and copy every little thing that I say, okay? Now let's go through and do our subtraction one. Again, try it on your own and then go back and watch me solve it to see if you made a mistake or if I made a mistake. We know I'm human too. Okay? All right, here we go. 4 minus 1 is 3. 6 minus 9 I cannot do, so I need to borrow. 16 minus 9 should be 7. 2 minus 2 is 0. 8 minus 4 is 4. 0 minus 6 I cannot do. 10 minus 6 is 4. 6 minus 0 is 6. Now I like to do my inverse operation just to double check and make sure I was correct, because I do sometimes go too fast and make silly errors. So I want to make sure I'm doing it correct if you want to check back with me. As you can tell here, boys and girls, I went through and I did my inverse operation, and my min-unit matches my sum, so I know that my difference is correct. So we can go over here and write that the value of K is 644,073. All right, last we have a rounding problem. So I have 35,038. And we're rounding to the nearest 10,000, which means I underline my 10,000s place. I look to my right and I say my riddle. 0 to 4, stay on the floor. 5 to 9, we're gonna climb that vine. So I have a 5, which means it's between 5 and 9. So that 10,000 is gonna climb, it's gonna get bigger. All the ones after it become zeros. So 35,038 is approximately 40,000. Okay? All right, guys, I hope you had a great week. Remember that Monday we'll start those Google Meets at 9:15. The link is on the schedule, and it's also going to be on our Schoology math folder if you want to check it out. You definitely don't have to go to every single one, but at least one time next week, please make a point to come and meet with me and just check in. We'll do a spill, go over any questions that you have, okay? All right, bye, guys.